So our air conditioner went out and it sucks. So can you build a home one? So I said the other day about how the air conditioning was out in my house and I had fans on and you might have a hard time hearing. Well, today I'm gonna kind of go into that a little bit. Outside it's actually kind of cool right now because it rained today, but on the hotter days lately, when it's been 95, 96 degrees outside, it has still felt cooler than inside of our house. Because out here, you have wind, like, and it creates like a little breeze. But inside of our house, it's stuffy and it's hot. Inside of our house, we have fans on everywhere. We have a ceiling fan on, we have this fan on, and every bedroom has a fan of some kind. Either it's large or it's small. But in this kitchen, it gets a lot hotter than the rest of the house, which is where I am with the computer. So I also have a little fan right there, but I also have this contraption. Currently right now, it is 80 degrees in the house according to the thermostat in the hallway. But in the kitchen, it's usually a lot hotter, mostly because we have an actual gas stove, which has actual open fire. And then we have a refrigerator that is always on, so it creates a little heat on the backside. And then we have a doorway with no door. So this doorway doesn't really seal the kitchen dining area, so it doesn't really cool down in here. Currently right now in the kitchen, it is 86 degrees. This thing just has a fan going out to a 90-degree elbow, and that fan is only putting out about 85, 86 degrees, because it's basically just recirculating the air that's in here. It's not really doing anything per se to the temperature. This device, since it actually has stuff inside of the ice chest, will blow out cooler air. Not as cool as it should be because most of the stuff in there has melted since 2 o'clock, since I switched it out. But the stuff in there is still much cooler than the air out here. So this will drop. When I put fresh cold products inside this ice chest, it will output 70 degrees out of this. And 70 degrees blowing onto you in a 86 to 90 degree room feels really good. It is at, just sitting in there for like a minute, it's at 82 degrees. So it dropped from the 86 to 82, so it dropped 4 degrees. And it might not seem like a lot, but 4 degrees is a lot. Like when I get up and move around, I start sweating immediately in this house. Versus sitting here, it's like, that 82, which it actually will cool down to 80 degrees, hitting you just, oh, it feels so good. So good. Anyway, so I followed instructions I saw on like a YouTube video that many of you probably have seen on the internet. I have an ice chest, really cheap one. Bought a cheap fan and an elbow. Cut out a hole, put them in there. I have tape on it because I suck at cutting. These holes aren't very exact, as you can kind of see from the underside. Holes aren't really exact, so I put tape to seal it so this air doesn't go anywhere else. And then when the air leaves, it doesn't creep into the lid. It goes straight out. And what I have in here are just bottles of water. So I have these big ass ones, some 2-liter Pepsis that I've been cleaned out and put water in. It's still pretty cold, but they're all melted. Here in the freezer, we have like one up here, which is almost frozen. One here, almost frozen. They're really cold, they're not frozen yet. So that's the fan I use in this room, my small room. So that fan doesn't really do much. It just kind of helps keep air moving. And then at night, I take that ice chest, I put it on a desk chair, roll it into this room, and when I lay here in bed, I have that vent hitting me in the face. Sometimes I get up and I push it to where it hits like my body instead of my face. And when it's ice cold at night, when the sun has gone down, the house gets down to 79 degrees. But because of that, 70-degree hitting me, I sleep really well. That is until the sun comes up and it heats up the house. It's a whole nother story then. But those little things don't do really well, those little homemade air conditioners, like to cool a room. Like if a room was 75 and that thing was outputting 70, then yeah, it could drastically lower the temperature maybe a degree or two. But in a house that's fighting 95-degree weather outside and is like 80 to 85 sometimes during the day, that little thing doesn't really affect a room, but it can affect me when it blows onto me. So, like at night, I have that cold air hitting me, and I'm able to sleep and not sweat. Because our bodies sweat, obviously, to evaporate that's how we cool down. We sweat and then air hits and evaporates. But sweating is very uncomfortable and very nasty feeling. So having something cool hitting you, keeping you from sweating, is a very nice thing. So whether or not to build one of those things, that's kind of up to you. The cost of building that thing was $25. The biggest hurdle we have here is freezer space. Like if I had a deep freezer, like a chest freezer, I could easily put like a bunch of those in there and build one for every room of this house, and we could just constantly switch them out like every couple hours and they would be frozen. But since we don't have that and we have that small freezer, it's cool when you first hit you, but then as it warms up, it's not as cool and you have to wait for the other stuff to freeze. So that's a huge issue with this system. So, does it work? Sort of. Does it work like in that video that guy advertised? No. It does not work like that. So, anyway. It's been hot. And I only put a shirt on because I'm doing this video. Usually I don't have a shirt on. It's too hot. Anyway, that's it for this video. Bye.